Sorry about the car video. I know you guys hate it, but I have to go and help a friend of mine who almost like a mom to me. She stepped up and helped raise me when I didn't have a mom. And she's sick and she doesn't have groceries in her house or anything. And I'm going to step up today and I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go take care of her and get her groceries in her house and stuff like that. And I wanted to address some of the chatter that has been going on and a lot of the remarks that has been going on since it has been said that Chris McDonough sent the cadaver dogs and the search and rescue dogs into Ogden Canyon and the first remark being, well, if she was reduced to ash, the dogs could not detect her anyway. There was a great article done by National Geographic. First of all, I took it upon myself to do a deep dive into this. And there was a great article done by National Geographic. And it was on the California wildfires. And it was about these body detection dogs that have been trained to detect bodies up to that had been burned and reduced to ash up to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is a lot hotter than what bodies are cremated at. So this gave a great idea to train canines for this exact purpose for criminals. Even though ash does lose its scent, bone does not. And there is still a certain amount of bone left over during cremation. And these dogs are specifically trained to pick up on that scent. So, if these criminals thought by chance I will be back up. Especially with the possibility of a mortician being at the crime scene right off the bat, right off the get-go. Do you not think that that was a red flag? To these investigators? me just a minute to get through this bad spot, and I will be back out on the main highway. These hollers and stuff are just spotty. But this was really the only time of day that I had to get this information out and to answer these questions. About these body detection dogs. A&E had a really good video out that I watched. On this very thing. I just have not had time to transform their video into a working video of my own. And if the TBI was able to bring in 30 different agencies, they were able to bring in these specially trained dogs at some point, whether we've heard about it or not. When Chris sent those dogs into Ogden Canyon, do you not think that he thought to send a specially trained dog that looked for the scent of human ash? Chris is a pretty smart man. I know that there's a lot of people out there that doesn't care for Chris. And whether you care for his personality or not, you have to admit that he's pretty smart man. And I do believe that he knew when he sent those dogs into that canyon that he was not looking for a body. Because, for one, they took an airplane out there. They certainly did not smuggle a body on an airplane. So common sense tells you they were looking for ash. And I do believe that they were smart enough to send these specially trained dogs up in there. And these dog remains, whether it be ash or whatever, they're good. And these, like I said, are the very same dogs that help recover bodies in these California wildfires that have been burned at 1,500 degrees. Hey, and I'm sorry that I cannot respond to comments right now because I am watching The Road 100%. I just wanted to put a stop to these rumors and address this because this is something that has needed to be researched and addressed for almost 10 months now. That there are dogs who does nothing but this particular job. And the information is out there for anybody who wishes to find it. And I actually enjoyed the research that I've done the past couple of days looking into these amazing dogs. I don't normally do your normal, say, search and rescue for the fire departments and your rescue squads, and they are not your normal cadaver dogs. These dogs have been specially trained to do only one thing, and that is to recover. Body concealment. And as I say all the time, and I will say it in this video like I say it in every one of my videos, do not take my word for it. Feel free to do your own research. Research it yourself. It's free information. I would say on Google, but I do not use Google search engines, but I'm sure it's on Google. And the reason I stopped using Google search engines was because of Tim Mullen's ability to transform the search algorithms. And while we're on Tim Mullins, he did work in government intelligence. And nowhere in that did I say CIA. So before somebody pops into my comments and goes, oh, I knew he worked for the CIA, nowhere in that did I say CIA. He was in the Air Force. And he does hold a pilot's license. And he does have a plane registered there in Kingsport, and his pilot license, he is licensed. He is a licensed pilot. And again, that is all free information if you look for it. And again, don't take my word for it. Feel free to do your own research. I encourage everybody to do their own research. That is the number one way to combat rumors, is to do your own research. I firmly believe in doing your own research. But definitely, I mean, if you want to get away from the drama for a little while and you want to see something amazing, look for the videos on these dogs that find these human remains in these wildfires, and that helps these detectives find these remains that people try to conceal. Like reduced to ash. These little dogs are amazing. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed researching these animals. And it was a good breakaway for me doing this research. And I was really excited about bringing this news to you guys because it was, this looming question that had been hanging over us. What if this is what happened to her? And what if? Well, now that question has been answered. Within 100% certainty that there is dogs that can give us those answers. Right. And I will read back over these comments later tonight when I get back home. Like I said, I really, right now, have to take care of this. And, my friend lives, pretty far away from me. And she was really like a mom to me for a lot of years when I didn't have one. And she's been sick with pneumonia. And she called this morning and she said that she had nothing to eat and she had no groceries in the house and she didn't know what she was going to do. And I said, well, I know exactly what we're going to do. I said, you're going to make me a list of what you need. And I'm going to go and get the things that you need. That's the only thing we can do. I said, so don't cry. I'm on my way. Because sometimes the only answer is getting up and doing it, right? I mean, and had I known it yesterday, I wouldn't have waited till today to do it. Because we do not leave people that we care about without food or without groceries. Period. She was like, well, I don't have the money. And I said, well, I don't have the money either, but I said, we're going to figure this out. So even if I just have to get her a couple of things, we'll get her by. Because that's what we do. I hate when you get through one light and then the next red light turns red. That makes absolutely not a bit of sense to me. and Benny is getting, really confusing. I thought that he had been working undercover, and he was tired of Candace and Don's bull crap. And then now I hear, he's trying to get Candace to come back to him, and he's like, do you remember what kind of friend I was? Do you remember what it was like when I was on your side? Well, my question to him is Benny, do you remember what kind of friend she was? And do you remember what it was like having her in your life? Because it seems like to me they have drove you batshit crazy, and things are not looking too good for you, brother, because I see you now taking psychotropic drugs because of the things that you've seen being around those kind of people. So my question is why do you even want that back in your life? So I'm kind of confused on that. I'm really confused about what's going on there. And then we've got Tim Mullen offering his services to the Michael Vaughn case. And she's getting all mucked up by herself. Now I'm seeing in her case where Michael never was even seen on camera, and now only one neighbor ever really saw him. So I don't think that Brandy needs any help from the peanut gallery at all. I'm really trying not to get into the Michael Vaughn stuff, and I'm just praying that Michael gets found. Tim Mullins needs to stay, or she needs to stay as far away from Tim Mullen as she can get. And I think that Tim is trying to make movie deals and book deals. And I said 9 months ago on one of my very first videos, it's all about the publishing rights and the publishing deals, land rights and land deals.